up, fellas?
Ed Asner died yesterday.
Died yesterday?
Yeah.
Is that your thing?
That is my thing.
Here's my thing. Ed Asner's dead.
No, here's my thing. I'm sad about it.
Oh, okay. Name a movie that Ed Asner was in that's not Up.
Well, it's not a movie, but it's a miniseries. Roots.
Oh, well there.
He also
You like
did-
Roots?
I'm white, so I mean.
See, this
know-
is what
you
I
know
was
what-
telling you about. We need media training.
Oh my
It only-
god.
You asked. It only does but so much for me personally. But
More technical
we've been doing this for less than a minute.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's much better.
Also, like Mary Tyler Moore show. But your parents aren't like old, so like you might not
Yeah.
have grown up knowing.
No, mom was
Do you
30.
know? Do you know who Mary Tyler Moore even is?
No.
Did you grow up with Dallas? Is that what you watched? Did you watch Dallas as a kid?
No, my dad thankfully had a little bit more of a modern take. He had me watching like a lot of '90s sitcoms. So I grew up with like Frasier and Seinfeld. And,
Oh, yeah. I
Stuff
definitely
like that.
saw Frasier and Seinfeld.
but like
Yeah.
my mom was definitely like one of those people that was stuck. She was stuck.
And
Do you
I
know
love
what
Lucy.
show my
Yeah,
sister
she was,
like unironically put on because my mom was like didn't mind it?
Your sister?
Yeah. Green Acres.
Green Acres. I never saw
Wait,
it.
Green
I remember
Acres
you
is the
telling me about
place
this.
to be. That I don't know why. It just grabbed her. No other show she liked was like that. I don't know. I liked Seinfeld. And Becker was sometimes funny.
I feel like I've been getting into.
You would like Becker.
Because he's sarcastic and mean.
Yeah, you would be a Becker fan. I forgot about Becker.
Yeah, I just feel like I've been getting into sitcoms like later in life. Not
Mhm.
like I didn't grow up with a bunch of that stuff. Like I grew up with Roseanne and like 3 a.m. George Lopez.
Oh, yeah, Nick at Night.
Yeah, you just wake up and like, doom, 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 and you're like, oh.
Ba-dum, doom, doom, doom. And you saw someone's head just like,
I pop up. Oh my friend, is low bad.
Is Frasier your favorite sitcom of all
Yeah,
time?
no, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's the most brilliant show ever. There's two characters that are just
What I
psychiatrists.
get for asking.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Just go ahead.
No, but you got
Proceed.
these two characters who are like supposed to be these like highly educated psychiatrists, but they both are too oblivious to see that the people with the most issues are them. Like their patients really aren't even that like messed up. Like you'll hear a guy call into the show, and he'll be like, "Oh, you know, I've got problems with my neighbor. We're having like these little fights." But like meanwhile, Frasier has like a problem with like his neighbor and like holds this giant conference to get him kicked off the apartment board, and then like he puts an American flag over his like his apartment view, and it's just like, dude, it's brilliant. It's literally it's the best show. It's
Sure.
the best sitcom.
You can't really have like main characters, sitcom characters without some sort of like serious mental issue. Like one obsession, one quirk or flaw. Because if it's just a completely like level-headed, mentally stable person, it's not that funny.
That's what I like a lot about Everybody Loves Raymond, is because Raymond himself is just so normal. Like he's just such like a dude-ass dude, and everyone around him is fucking psychotic.
Sure.
You really like it. Everybody Loves Raymond.
I do.
What do you like more, that or King of Queens?
Oh, I hate King of Queens.
Why you hate King of Queens?
I'm
not saying you should watch it, but I'm saying it's whatever.
It had nothing to do with like Kevin James or Leah. What's her last name? I can't pronounce.
His wife.
I know her last name. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
And the dad.
A Stiller? Jerry Stiller?
Jerry
Yeah,
Stiller. I
yeah.
can't remember his first name. Jerry Stiller. I mean, they were all fantastic. It's just the humor of that show didn't quite grasp me when I was younger. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they didn't have like kids
Yeah.
in that show. Like it was a
Oh, yeah.
family sitcom that was like just like the husband and wife.
Yeah.
And that didn't
It's not relatable.
it didn't relate to me when I was 12,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, here's my thing. Is it like, I just look at King of Queens and Everybody Loves Raymond as like C tier sitcoms. Like they're just like the ones you want to try to avoid. There's really nothing else
I would
on.
put Big Bang Theory
You-
on that one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another one.
You don't think? Big Bang Theory is one of the worst television
Maybe
shows
actually
ever.
D tier.
Period.
They might
D
be like
tier should be
tier.
like Big Bang
Yeah.
Theory. Chuck Lorre shows.
It's like you can't get through it. Like it's a struggle to get through it.
Chuck Lorre owns the D list. Like you're talking about like Mike and Molly,
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory, Young
Wow.
Sheldon. What is the other
Hey,
really
man,
the
no.
Weed Show? That's
What?
just so cringy.
Dude, no, Young Sheldon's good.
Weed show.
There's a Weed Show. It's basically your 2.5 Men, but about stoners. It's about a dispensary. It's so bad.
2.5
Yeah.
Men. All right, I've got a
So-
hot take right here,
Hit
right
me.
now. 2.5 Men, for the awful 2 seasons they had with Ashton Kutcher, had an incredible series finale. They had the best series finale of all time.
I didn't. So the series finale, not when Charlie left the show,
No, okay, yeah, no. So
because I love the way they got rid of Charlie. That was funny.
But the way he comes back is even better.
He comes back.
So yeah, no. So they planned through the entire last season that he might still be alive, right? And so at the last episode, Ashton Kutcher is about to sell the house, and like they're all sitting out there. The maid, it's Ashton Kutcher and Alan. And they're all sitting there being like, Charlie lived here, and what are you gonna do with your life? And they're all reminiscing, whatever. And they see a helicopter flying, and there's the piano that he had attached to the helicopter, like it's flying with it. And they're like, oh no, that's something that Charlie would do. And so you think, okay, Charlie might really be alive. And so you see Charlie walking towards the door, and they've got like the shot tracking him from behind, and the piano falls and lands on him and kills him before he hits
Wow! So they bring him back. He's not dead, and then they just
kill him.
murder him.
Yeah,
Wait, so was it Charlie Sheen or was it just like a body double?
I think it was a body double. I don't
I'm
think they
sure
really
it
could
was.
get him back because
Yeah.
they would have revealed it, like his face.
Yeah, if it was really Charlie Sheen, they would have got a close up.
He
Yeah,
was too busy having AIDS.
Yeah,
to-
having that tiger blood
Yeah,
yeah.
and finding a cure for it.
It was hilarious. Like it was.
that's
it was
pretty
great.
good. That's
That
actually
is
pretty
funny.
smart.
Yeah.
That's better than the way they got rid of him. Do you remember how they got rid of him?
Died in a train crash, didn't he? Like
Well,
ran
the
into a
girl
train-
that's obsessed with him, the one that won't leave him alone, the one person he won't have sex with, and does anyway, they get together by like when he's about to leave, and then when they start the show without him, you find out that she pushed him in front of a train in Paris because he was like staring at other women.
But
I just
she
remember
did.
the
But
funeral
she didn't.
scene.
It's my thing. She
But
didn't.
she didn't.
She did?
She didn't. She tried though.
Something else happened.
Yeah, he must have survived.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Wonder how they had her react when the show, like when they brought him back, or they probably didn't even have her there. She probably left.
Yeah, I just remember being in complete shock, being like, dude, Charlie's back. There's no way. How are they gonna end this? And then
Yeah.
he dies. I was like, oh, that was great. That was so 2.5 Men.
So you appreciate like the earlier seasons of 2.5 Men.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally just, Alan, you can't get women. I can. Here's my little black book. I'm child. What's a penis and vagina? You
Yeah.
know, that's the whole show.
That's true.
And then Maid comes in and she's like, Charlie, you're such a bad, person. I'm taking the day off or whatever. That's
Yeah.
the whole show.
All the tropes and archetypes and stuff were all there.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was funny.
Wait, where would you put that 70s show on the A, B, C, D?
A.
Oh,
Well,
A,
no, beats here. B plus.
I was
B.
just gonna say B,
B plus?
because it's just almost there to the A tier. It's like just at the cusp.
Sure.
do you know what it took off my A tier? Like why it took off my tier?
Why?
Like,
Fucking
what if
getting
they-
rid of
Eric left the show.
yeah, and replacing him with the worst replacement possible.
It was like
Wait,
bringing
please
in-
tell me they replaced Charlie Sheen and Topher Grace with Ashton Kutcher in both shows.
Ashton Kutcher
There's
was-
just two of
no,
him walking around
No,
now.
he's actually cookers all through that
Yeah,
season.
he's-
Yeah, right. No, I was just kidding.
But no, I can't even remember the name of the actor. But just the blonde, long-haired dude.
Yeah, he
just the
sucked.
worst. He's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It'll haunt your
I mean,
nightmares for
Donna
weeks.
was like with him.
Yeah.
Wasn't she, or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Or they tried, like he tried to get with her or
Yeah.
something.
Like Eric
And
was
it,
in
and it just
Africa.
and it
Josh Myers.
undersold their entire relationship through the whole show. Like all of their ins and outs, all of like Eric and Donna's like interactions and stuff, as soon as he leaves,
This
it's just
dude?
like,
Yeah, why do they all still hang over at the house?
Why is this the guy?
is that Seth Meyers' brother?
It
No,
could be.
no, dead
It
ass.
looks a
It
lot.
has to be. There's no fucking way it's not.
Let's go back. Oh yeah, siblings. Seth Meyers.
Wow.
Josh Myers and Seth Meyers look so similar.
They're fucking clones.
Whoa. Him not as a pilot, him as a pilot.
What do I like Seth Meyers from?
What do you like him
The
from?
Yeah, I
only,
can't remember
the
what I like
only
him
thing
from.
he ever does is Saturday Night Live in his own talk show.
Yeah,
I don't know anything else that he's ever been.
I don't know either.
No, maybe I don't like him. I don't know.
Just
Like,
make a decision.
Out of
man.
all the late night TV now in 2021, he's not the worst.
No.
Yeah, but me
He's
and
not
you,
James
view,
Corden.
you and me view late night TV very different.
That's
God,
true.
Here we go.
Wait, okay, so like how different?
Like we have a big beef over one. There's big beef.
What is it?
Jimmy Fallon.
I love Jimmy Fallon.
I like how he assumes that I like Jimmy Fallon because he knows that Jimmy Fallon is trash. So he assumes that I like him.
No.
Jimmy
Oh,
Fallon's
don't,
dope.
don't
Hold on
tell
a
me-
second. Hold on a
don't
second.
Tell me you're in the Jimmy
Mitch
Fallon camp.
generally is the person to shoot down the more mainstream thing, and you're the person who generally gives it, some grace. You're generally more allowing with mainstream stuff.
I would disagree.
Mitch
I
is
would
the person who's just
disagree.
like, fuck that shit. I don't want to talk about it. It's bad. I'm not even gonna.
I mean, I like it. I love it.
I
He does
honest-
this like little. He's just like little gimmick where he just like writes people to the like writes
This is
people on the
stupid.
show and he
This
just
is
goes.
the stupidest skit.
And then he comes to the music and he goes there. And it's the
How?
funniest thing.
I
dude.
don't understand why you think that's funny.
because he's like building up the anticipation for it. Like it's supposed to be really important, and then he goes and he writes it, and then he's got the monologue, and it's great. It's funny. I can't explain it. It's gonna be seen. It's gonna be experienced.
I would disagree with you, by the way. Except for like certain aspects of things that I appreciate, like Game of Thrones, like that's obviously something extremely mainstream that I enjoy. I would honestly say that I'm usually the one that kind of
not
goes
saying-
against the grain.
I don't mean to say
know.
that you're into it. I mean to say that you're generally not the person to shoot it down first.
That's fair.
Well,
I'll give anything the benefit of the doubt. Like
Yeah.
I'll give anything a try, but if I don't like it pretty fast, I'm
like
not
if,
going to waste
if
my
someone
time
said
on it.
gun to your head, what would Tyler say about Jimmy Fallon? I'd probably be like, he's making a living. That's what I would expect you to say. He's
He's doing stuff.
paying his bills. It seems like fun.
Here's my thing, and I think I've told you this before. I would love to meet Jimmy Fallon.
I
Yeah.
don't think he'd like to meet you.
Be at a party and rub elbows with him. Why do you think just because
Because he's
I'm-
gonna see this and realize you hate him.
Jimmy Fallon is one of those people that he has found a niche and then just completely like abandoned it to do something else. And for some reason, other people seem to think that that's like a
What did he
good thing.
abandon?
He abandoned like acting in films.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
enjoyed his movies.
Oh, because you enjoy him more as like on the silver screen than on
Yeah.
TV.
No, I don't think and you know what? Maybe that's not Jimmy Fallon's fault. Excuse me, not his fault. Maybe it's his writer's fault. Maybe he just has a bad writer's room. I don't know.
Or an age. It could have been like outside encouragement to go more towards hosting.
I just like his show is not good.
Well, here's the thing. He's funny on that show. And if you're making lots of money, like hanging out with celebrities all the time, making jokes, and doing that, that's great. Because, dude, why would you take like 2 months off to go do a movie, spend 12 hours a day on set for some? I mean, like he's not gonna be in anything huge. He's not that kind of a guy.
Yeah, I mean, nothing huge like Green Knight, but maybe something huge like Free Guy.
But
That movie looks atrocious.
It looks bad, but it is
He's got the big-
bubblegum. You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying, though? He's got the biggest late night show in the world.
Dude, please, you have to stop sucking Jimmy Fallon's dick.
Like but he
have to
does.
stop.
Like, but why? Why would you go and be like, I'm gonna do another like fever pitch? Like, why do that?
Are you talking
Fever
like
Pitch
in
was
sense of
funny.
like money, like making money? Because I could see him making more money being a host than being in a movie.
But that fever pitch is not that great. It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not the greatest film, but it's not the best film ever. But it's Jimmy Fallon at his best. Does that make sense?
Dude,
I know you don't agree with that, but does that idea make sense?
I get
Like,
that's
that's
your
him in his
opinion,
best form.
But
Yes,
I
it's an
think-
opinion.
Yeah, my opinion is him talking to Donald Trump is way funnier.
No.
That's a way funnier time.
Fucking
Him
grotesque.
talking to like, I've seen him on there talking to Kanye. That's funny. He's funny.
Sure.
Or talking to LeBron. That's hilarious.
I mean, okay, so if I'm saying on like a technical basis with my extremely / non-existent knowledge of like what it takes to be a TV host, say he's good. He's good at it. He's good at it. There are people
He's
that
not.
are bad at it.
He's not. That's the thing, though. Okay, I want to preface
So,
this.
wait,
I love
let's
late
just,
night.
let's
I
just
love
to
late
say
night
that like
television.
we're entering the zone where it's no longer an opinion. Now we are trying to qualify him as a host.
So
Quality. He is a host.
No, but what I'm saying is like,
wait,
what does he
hear me
does he
out,
ask
hear me
good
out.
questions?
Hear me
Does
out.
he does he interrupt them a lot?
I'm going to answer all those questions.
Those kinds of things.
I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not like a television expert. My expertise comes from watching endless hours of late night television of all different kinds of hosts ever since I was a child. Late night TV has been one of the things that I love from cable. If I'm watching cable television, I'm probably watching late night TV. With that being said, Jimmy Fallon is not a good host. He does interrupt his guests frequently. He likes to interject a lot, usually with very like punny humor, which may or may not land. He finishes a lot of like guest sentences and stuff like that. Like guests have a hard time getting a full thought out when they're sitting on the couch next to Jimmy Fallon.
That would be annoying.
And he, in my opinion, is that his laugh is annoying. What's factual is that he laughs so fucking much and actually laughs over guests frequently.
Oh, that is
a
true.
bad host.
Well, so here's my thing.
So,
Here's
all
my
right,
thing.
Mitch's thing.
Yeah, here's my thing. I think Tyler actually likes him because why would you know so much about the guy
Because-
and like everything
because
about
I've watched
his
a fair
interview
amount of his
style
show.
to be able to be like, oh, you know, I just know him so intimately. I know his show so intimately.
I have
Bro.
watched a fair amount of his show
Because you go back. You want to go back. You want to see him again.
Mitchell, because I give people before I'm gonna come out and be like, yo, this guy's show is bad. I'm gonna know what it's about.
All right, no,
I want to know and understand. Okay, if I think this is bad, why is it bad?
I want to know what Mitch thinks makes Jimmy Fallon a good host. Or do you not care whether or not he is?
So I'm generally pretty indifferent to like why he is. I just know every time I watch him, I'm always getting the goods.
Sure.
I'm always getting the goods, bro. I'm getting like 2 or 3 funny little skits, a good little monologue, a good guest on the show, and it usually wraps up with a pretty good artist performing. I guess I don't have the same like attachment to late night television, like because I like Kimmel, right? I like Kimmel, I like Conan, but
I don't know if I like Kimmel better than Fallon because he's calmer, and I do like that he's calmer.
yeah, I mean it's all preference at that point. But like, I just think Tyler really likes Jimmy Fallon and refuses to admit it.
Completely untrue. I know who my favorite late night television hosts are, and unfortunately, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh wait, so then who do you put as like your favorite late night host? Like, who doesn't-
American or not American? Because my favorite late night
Just ever at
host
all.
is not American.
Who is it?
Graham Norton.
Oh, I don't know. who that is.
He does interviews with the BBC. If you saw a picture of him, you would probably recognize him.
All right. I'll look him up.
He's in England. He has the best show because most of the time on his show is allotted for the guests. Like he doesn't do a lot of gimmicky-
dude. They pull mean clips from this guy's show all the time.
Yeah, he does not do a lot of gimmicky stuff. He gives most of his time on his show to his guests. He asks really thoughtful, engaging questions. He's charming. He's funny. He actually listens to his guests, and he does a lot of research about his guests before they even come on the show, like, and asks them a lot of questions, not personal questions. Like, he doesn't do the Oprah shit where he like dives into their dirty bits, but like he asks them about anecdotes, and he asks them to tell stories, and actually like it feels like he's listening to the guest.
Sure.
And when
And
I'm
less using them as a prop.
right, and when I'm watching late night, especially like clips of stuff, and this is kind of where a lot of my knowledge of Jimmy Fallon show comes from. It's because I'm watching it for a specific celebrity guest. Because if it's Gordon Ramsay, I want to see what he's doing, or if it's Samuel L. Jackson or
Yeah.
whoever, I'm watching it a lot of times for the guest, and he gives a lot of his time to the guest.
But let me ask you this though: what's his slot?
Like, when does it come on?
That I could not tell you
Okay.
because I have to watch fucking reruns because it's from England.
Reason
Yeah.
why I say that is I've seen pretty long interviews. Like I saw one he did with Tarantino that was pretty long.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, dude, Jimmy Fallon's working with like a half an hour slot. Like,
I understand
right?
that. I understand.
He's got.
If we're going for like getting those kinds of things, I think Inside the Actor's Studio is a lot of fun to watch. For
Yeah. Graham Norton is honestly a lot more like that than he really is like American late night TV.
Because
But
you
that
described your interest in the Jimmy Fallon show as the entire presentation, the whole pageantry of the show, as well as Jimmy Fallon.
You're constantly engaged from moment one to the finale.
Can't
what's
argue with
great about
that.
him.
I agree with that.
Toddlers are also engaged when they watch Paw Patrol.
Stop.
So,
But I'm not engaged when I watch Paw Patrol.
Your
Here's my
rebuttal
thing.
title.
I just can't believe that you think he's the best one. You think he's better than Jimmy Kimmel?
Wait, did you say
think he's
best or you
better-
just like him?
No, I don't mean. I guess I really don't have an opinion on whether or not he's the best.
Yeah.
I truly have not thought about it this deep.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a guy that like I have a preference for, and I like him typically more, it's Conan. That's typically who I like more.
Thank you.
I've-
We can agree on that.
There you go.
He's definitely my favorite American
Yeah.
late night host.
Here's my thing. Pick one person to host a late night show who's never hosted a late night show. An actor or someone.
I've thought
Or
about
celebrity.
this.
Doesn't have to be an actor.
Hannibal Buress.
Yo, doesn't it? Wait, he kind of co-hosted
That's a
though.
good take.
He
That's a
kinda- he kind of did though. The Eric Andre show.
Oh yeah,
In a
John C.
way-
Riley.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's
Yeah.
a good take.
That's funny, John C. Riley. Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be fun to see Will Smith Will Ferrell, and then John C. Riley's the couch guy.
Yeah,
He's the
be
aside
great.
dude.
that'd be chaos for the states. Like America would be in shambles.
He probably would kind of go an Eric Andre route too, just kind of like dry, poking fun at.
Dude, everything in a Will Ferrell movie eventually breaks, blows up, or something.
Yeah.
Step Brothers, the drum set breaks. The cars blow up in Talladega Nights. Like things just don't exist after he's there.
Yeah.
Anchorman, they literally get into a street brawl. They punt his dog off of a bridge. In Zoolander, he dies. Mugatu's a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's generally pretty wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
He gets shot in the campaign.
He's shot in the. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Didn't see
Zach
the campaign.
Galifianakis shoots him in the leg.
It's great.
Wait, so you haven't picked yours?
Just off the top of my head, I don't know. I think I would like somebody like Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, he
Ryan
definitely
Reynolds.
seems like he could do the job.
I think he'd be cute. Get a little late night host. You know, do a little gig and
I'm trying to think.
some fucking gimmicks and
You see,
he'd be into gimmicky shit.
So I actually went back and like looked at like what Ryan Reynolds movies do I actually really like? I don't think I like a single one.
You
Who's?
didn't like Deadpool?
Oh, Ryan Reynolds. I
Are
mean,
you a comic book guy? I know Cam is a comic book guy.
let me
Comic-
see.
No,
You're not a comic book guy.
Ryan Reynolds. Let's look at his
not know
list
what
of
Ryan
movies.
Reynolds
here.
looks like?
I know what he looks like. I'm just trying to like. All I remember are the blockbusters.
he even seems like a good guy. Like he makes gin, and he probably can have like a glass of gin with them or something.
Let's-
but
Did you
let's
see
look at
Hitman's
it.
Bodyguard?
Huh?
Hitman's Bodyguard?
Oh no, it looked horrible. I didn't want to.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh my god, it's hysterical.
Let's see.
Yeah. See,
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson and
I'm
fucking Selma Hayek.
He was
I
in
saw
Shops
6
at
Underground,
Hall? Huh?
right? 6 Underground, I thought was atrocious. The Hobbs and Shaw movie was
Obviously it's
bad. The Pikachu movie was actually really funny.
He does have a fun voice.
Yeah,
Like,
he was funny in that movie.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 sucks. Deadpool 1 sucks.
Look how many times he plays Deadpool in all these little shorts and shit.
Yeah,
It's just Deadpool. 2018 was a busy year.
didn't want to watch Hitman's Bodyguard. I was really upset about
Did you
it.
see Life? You ever seen that movie?
No.
No.
Life is one of those movies that on any given Sunday would just be like a generic kind of like B tier sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
With an ending that just absolutely skyrocketed it up the list for me.
Really?
Wait a minute. Was
Yeah.
this the one?
I was thoroughly
Were there-
distraught by this movie.
Oh,
This
I think
movie,
I know this
movie
one.
legitimately fucked me up in the theaters.
Yeah, I
Really?
saw the trailer
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
I
That
saw
was a couple years ago, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This did look really sus. I mean, it's a thriller.
yeah. No, I mean, 85% of the movie plays like a straightforward sci-fi, alien, whatever.
Sure.
But then that last like chunk of it for me really turned it from an okay movie to a good movie.
yeah.
I wouldn't say great. Great's a strong word.
Great
Good.
is a strong word.
good
Hey,
is-
look.
good is
Speaking
good.
of great
Yeah,
movies,
Green Lantern sucked, man.
Look, everyone knows that. He fucking knows that. And it's,
Yeah.
here's my thing. It's not his fault.
they made fun of it. And
It's not his fault. It's
Well,
not Ryan Reynolds' fault.
But what I'm saying is there's
It's
a
a
very
bad movie.
common theme here is that he sucks.
I forgot he was in Smoking Aces.
He's a great guy
That's
too.
one of my favorite action films of all time. And he's great in it.
Smoking Aces.
Is that the Guy Ritchie movie?
No.
It seems like it would be. I mean, I could see him doing it, but I don't think so. No.
Chuck Ryan.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Guy Ritchie directed Smoking Aces?
Dude, fucking Chris Pine.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one.
Fucking Chris Pine, dude.
That movie was
He's a fucking
ton of fun.
neo-Nazi skinhead. Dude, it's the Tremor Brothers. I know way
Oh,
too much
dude,
about
this
this movie.
guy.
I've seen this movie so many fucking times. It's one
Yeah,
of my
it's
favorite
a good
action
movie.
I've never seen it.
Waiting.
Waiting.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
That movie's only funny if you worked in restaurants, which I have, so I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a remake of Clerks.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, isn't it based off Burt Kreischer's escapades?
No, that is Van Wilder.
Van Wilder, you're
Van
right.
Wilder is what was based off the Rolling Stone article about Burt Kreischer.
Yeah. He was in Blade.
There you go, Van Wilder, right there.
Wow.
You didn't know he was in Blade?
No, sir, I did not.
Yeah, man. I just.
So I'm
like I
talking about,
said,
like, as you go further
seems
back,
like
he starts.
a really dope dude. Like he seems like a really cool guy to
Sure.
chill with. But
Shows Chris
as far as,
Pratt.
like his work, I don't know if he's for me.
No.
It's fine.
That makes sense to me.
I understand that.
Yeah, I think he's poop.
I don't think he's like the greatest actor that ever lived. I think he's great I think he's I wouldn't call him a character actor, but like I think he was born to play Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like
no,
growing up being a Deadpool fan,
he absolutely is.
he is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like he was just
How long he waited and how hard they worked to make sure that actually went through and he got to play Deadpool. I
the
can
right
res-
way, not
I-
like in Origins.
I can respect that, but
So
it's a bunch of the other stuff.
let me ask you this then: how accurate, how true to the comic is the movie?
Oh, I don't know because the comic is so loose.
I would say that because you got to think. So it's not what I would call formulaic in the same sense of like Batman. So like every Batman story
Mm-hmm.
has to start the same way.
It was parents dying.
Yeah, it starts the same way,
I would.
and it becomes
You don't have to.
you're gonna have him born with bat wings.
No, exact. Yeah, actually, I would have him born as a bat and become a man.
He's
yeah.
He's not man bat.
Man. He's
Yeah,
Batman.
he's Batman. He's not
He's
man bat.
He was a bat first.
I'd have him be like he born out. He comes out of like the childbirth process. He comes out. And he flies out.
Of
He's
a
like,
bat.
he's flying around the hospital room and he's like breaking stuff, and they're like the doctor trying to catch
Wait,
him.
wait, hold on. So he's like born live from a human mother.
Yes,
Like Martha Wayne gives birth to a bat.
yes. It's some real vampire.
There
stuff.
is no Thomas
like
Wayne.
no. I'm telling you, like the like Bruce Wayne's father.
Is a bat.
He's like a vampire, and that's how you do this. That's how you get away with it.
So
But why would the kid be a bat?
I was about to ask that next. If
Because
you're a
that's the
vamp,
mythology I would create. I would totally throw it on its head. Why not?
Do you know
I
what,
love this.
Do you know what one of my favorite Stan Lee quotes is?
Yeah.
what?
He was giving an interview and he was talking about people bothering him with questions about like you've probably seen this. I feel
Well, like the lore of
no,
his
no,
stories.
no, asking like who would win in a fight, the Hulk or Superman.
Yeah.
And he says that he has the same answer every time. He's like, whoever the fuck the writer wants to win.
Exactly.
If the writer wants the Hulk to win, he'll win. If he wants Spider-Man, I don't know why I said Superman.
See,
If he wants Spider-Man to win, Spider-Man will win.
do you see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
It's whoever I want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, here's my thing: is like, you could never ask me to ever reboot something because I would absolutely destroy the fan base's expectations in the worst way possible. You could be like, make a Superman movie, right? And I'd make him like not tough.
Yeah.
He'd be the biggest loser ever.
That would be a great Superman story, though.
Yeah.
Here's
That
the
would
thing,
be a
though.
great
You
origin.
said Superman story. You said Superman story. So the same way that like I didn't flip out about Chris Nolan's Batman is because it's like it's clear from the beginning this is an homage.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I love those movies because of that. If I had been asked to do a Batman trilogy, I would have done it like Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah, it's
Like
this is
I
not-
would have
this
made
isn't-
Bane like how he made Bane,
This isn't the
whether
New
or not it was
52.
good or not.
This isn't canon. This isn't supposed to be like what the story is. Batman is almost like an urban legend where it's supposed to be told a million ways.
Yeah,
See,
absolutely.
I would have done it more like the original Adam West ones, where they're like boom, pow, kick. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
And
dude.
instead of Adam West, it's actually Ben Affleck as Batman. It's like a comedy. And then like the little boy, like the boy wonder, I don't know.
Robin?
Who do we get? Tom Holland. Let's get him to do it. I don't care.
Sure, he's a boy.
Young guy.
He's a boy.
Or actually get somebody
He's
older.
a lad.
He's a
like,
boy
out of
with no
shape.
hair on his
Like,
body.
Get like Bill Murray to play Robin, and like just totally flip the thing on its head.
He like Batman picks him up in like a McDonald's. Like, he's a fat cook. You wanna
Dude, he would
fight
complain the whole
crime,
time.
kid?
And
that
then,
would
like,
be
my-
hilarious.
Yeah, and then my like Joker would be like, you know, Richard Iowade or something. He'd be like, Batman. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
Jesus
tell
Christ, Mitch.
Let me tell you how I got these scars.
Wow. Wow.
No.
Yes, you can't give me the rights.
No.
You can never give me the rights to a Batman movie. I'd screw it
funny.
up.
Ah.
That is actually so. I told you guys I wanted to like prompt you guys this during this podcast, like
Yeah.
with a challenge.
Yeah.
So you have to take
Bring a stack cups.
like pick some films that you think are bad,
okay.
and how would you rewrite them to make them good?
Oh, that's a cool
this is
one.
fantastic.
Because
love
the
this.
reason what motivated this is the Twilight surge on Netflix.
Sure.
Abby made me watch them all,
They're amazing.
and by that I was here while she watched all of them, which means I know what happens.
You could have killed yourself.
I could have killed myself, but I didn't. I was busy.
I can't talk shit though because I am purposefully watching those films because I
You're
want
still getting through
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh yeah. I only have to watch the 2-day Breaking Dawn
Well,
movies.
here's my thing. While watching them, since I never thought I really would get through all of them, since I made it through childhood with a sister without seeing them, I think you could make them good without completely ruining everything that is Twilight, without making a new movie.
Well, I have to say this
Movies.
just specifically about Twilight. Apparently, and I don't know this is secondhand knowledge because I never read the books, but apparently they're not very much like the books in terms of like aesthetic. Like
the
Edward,
glittery.
like
No.
Edward laughs and like smiles
Yeah.
and like enjoys life
Life.
at times.
Yeah, no, that
Like
was
he
a-
still has his dark brooding moments, but like
Yeah.
he's like a normal teenager where he has like mood.
Okay.
So that's because Robert Pattinson made that executive decision to make him more
Yeah.
dark and edgy.
Yeah.
He was talking on the Howard Stern show about it, and they were like, he was like, "Dude, so is it true that like people hated you on set of Twilight?" He's like, "Yeah, no, people did."
He almost
because-
got fired.
Yeah, because I wanted to make him edgy because, like, dude, if you're vampires in high school, yeah, dude, things suck. Like,
Yeah.
life sucks. I'm like, I get it. If you're him, I mean, you're like,
Sure.
everything sucks. But the baseball scene in that movie is so good.
gotta
It's the
see-
best thing they've ever done.
In my
Dude, it's the
version of the
best
movie,
thing.
it doesn't exist.
All right. So, okay. So this challenge, though, by the way, it's not just writing. It could be even a casting decision. Or does it have to be like a movie you want to rewrite?
That's a good question. All right,
I feel
you
like-
have to
I
help
feel
me
like-
decide.
I feel like if you're asking,
You have to help me decide. Should you have to keep the cast the same, or should you be able to recast it?
I think if you're asking the two of us specifically, it should be more about writing because that's I don't know who the fuck people ask me all the time like, oh, who would you want to be this? I'm like, I don't fucking
but I think
know.
Mitch knows.
Dude, because there's a perfect movie that's 1,000 times better if certain someone's not in it.
I'm curious to hear this.
So You replace Nicolas Cage with Christian Slater in Raising Arizona. That's a better film.
Wow.
That's a way better film.
Do you think Raising Arizona is a bad film as is?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's terrible because of Nick Cage. It's the worst Coen Brothers movie. It's like up there with The Lady Killers. Like it's horrible.
You think Raising Arizona is worse than The Lady Killers?
Oh, it's close. It's really close. The only thing I'll give them in that movie is that there's some really cool, inventive, like, camera moves, like crazy camera pushing where they go up, they go down and up. It's
Right.
really inventive for sure from like a directorial standpoint. It's really mature for them.
Yeah.
But I think Nick Cage absolutely ruins that movie, and he should be ashamed of himself. But I am excited about Pig. Where's my pig? Me and Cam watched that trailer, and he's like, "Where's my pig?" I was like, "That's the best line of the decade. That's the
Wait,
best line."
is
of
there a
the
movie
history."
coming out called Pig?
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude. Nick Cage has a pig, and somebody steals his pig.
Here's my thing. What I love about this is that we didn't even answer his questions.
No.
The one about what would we rewrite? We totally just segued into that because you got up to go pee. That's how all this started. This is your fault.
Look, I'm trying to be a host, but I have to piss sometimes.
Pee in a bucket. Pee in a bucket. What,
All right.
Who was it? Was it David Blaine that peed in the bucket on Joe
What
Rogan?
movie would you rewrite?
I think it was David Blaine. Oh fuck. I'm trying to think of a movie that I really like that has like bad dialogue.
Bad dialogue.
it's like
A
a
movie
good
you like with bad dialogue? I
Yeah.
can't imagine that happening.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
But that's not my answer. But that's an
Whoa.
example. That's not my answer. I'm not touching Star Wars. I'm just saying that's a good movie with bad dialogue.
Which one?
The original one, New Hope. It's bad dialogue. Actually, as a matter of fact, they all have bad dialogue.
Okay, bro. There's so many iconic lines in that movie. Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? That's great. Number one. Number two, one of my favorites is, "I'm going that way. This way's much too rocky." Best line.
That's because you are
Hey!
C-3PO.
Hey, over here. I was going to the Toshi station to pick up some power converter. That's great. That's good dialogue.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many. You'd be like, "Boss Isley, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy." Or my favorite one, which when they're in the Death Star and he goes, "Is everything all right up there?" And Han clicks the little intercom and he goes, We're fine here. How are
Okay,
you?"
That
That's great. They're all funny. It's great dialogue, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Because I can remember those lines. I can't remember lines from, like, half the movie. Like, bro, like, what line do you remember from a top blockbuster hit that's not Star? Like, what great lines are from Jurassic Park?
Oh, come on. You picked a bad one.
yeah,
That's
I was gonna
quotable.
say that's a
Pretty
pretty
quotable.
quotable movie.
Yeah.
Not more quotable than Star Wars.
No, but
Not even close.
pretty quotable. Pretty quotable.
For me personally, I would call it even. That's just because I watched.
Well,
Jurassic
Indiana
Park
Jones.
on
Indiana
repeat.
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Which one?
I don't know. You tell
Okie
me.
dokie, Mr. Jones. The one I can think of off the top of my head.
That's true.
Temple of Doom.
Oh, or
All I can think of is
I hate cat.
I'm your new
Cap's dog.
goddamn partner. That's what I remember.
I'm your new goddamn.
And I'm like, oh, this movie's PG.
yeah,
Sweet.
dude. I seriously don't. I can't even lie. Star Wars has great lines, all through it.
Does that mean it has great dialogue? Just because it has like memorable lines?
Sure,
Thank
that's what
you.
dialogue
That's
is.
literally what I was going to say.
That is what dialogue
no,
is.
No.
Well,
One-liners is not dialogue.
I would say that having a good one-liner is great, but a lot of bad action movies have great one-liners.
Yeah.
But if those one-liners are like, neighbored by a really good conversation
Dialogue
or a
is
good,
Dialogue is meant to push the story forward and inform us about characters' decisions and characteristics about characters, and
Mitch doesn't
internal
like
and
dialogue.
external conflicts. What?
You don't like dialogue.
I love dialogue. My favorite thing about movies It's about.
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
no,
Hold on. Hold on.
Here's
No, you
my
don't
thing.
get. You don't
Here's
get to
my
do this
thing.
anymore.
Here's
You've done
my
this
thing.
enough times.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
All right.
How the fuck can you say that and then talk all the time about Tarantino movies?
I said it's my favorite thing about movies.
Is that the dialogue pushes the story forward? Because that's the
But-
antithesis of his dialogue.
But no. I disagree. It reveals something about internal and external plot points. Absolutely. Because that entire conversation that happens between Vincent and Jules in the car and up to the apartment, right? Everything has a payoff. Every single conversation point they have. Name a part in that conversation, I guarantee
Do
you
you
has
know
a
what
payoff.
doesn't do that?
What?
Star Wars.
Okay.
So therefore, ergo,
But no, but it gives.
Well, hold
it
on.
gives-
That's the
gives-
explanation for the Tarantino.
No,
thing.
but bro, it gives texture to the entire
You
world.
can't
It gives like when he says lines like "I was going to the Tashi stations to pick up some power converters." That gives us we know his economic status, we know his social status, we
no,
know
you
who he
don't.
is.
Hold on.
You can't infer that from that statement.
From where he's at and what he is saying. Yes, you absolutely can.
That line of the
Let me-
setting
let
and
me-
environment
let me interject
establishes
here.
that. The
Let me-
line of
let me
dialogue
interject
is
here.
not.
Aren't you a little stormtrooper says, "Hey, guess what? This guy's not our typical hero, but guess what? He's the hero of this story." Absolutely, dude. That's great.
That's a
great
different line
one-liners.
than what we were just talking about.
Well,
But
he's
I'm
giving multiple
referencing
examples.
all through the movie. Like,
Let me just interject here. Is it possible it's the delivery of the lines that you're talking about?
it can be, sure. I mean,
Because
they
the lines
bring
can
to
still be
life.
good if you don't deliver them.
I mean,
well.
Aaron
They'll still
Aaron
sound
Sorkin
bad.
said that when he wrote the line "A Few Good Men," he didn't know it was going to be on like Burger King signs. He didn't know that "You Can't Handle the Truth" was going to be the biggest line in the movie.
Yeah.
He just wrote it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it just happens, but like, no, good dialogue pushes the internal and external plot forward, and that's why Tarantino is the master of it because he does it so masterfully. There's always a payoff to every bit of dialogue he has. It's amazing.
But see, that's the thing, though, is I agree with your statement about Tarantino. I don't agree with your statement about George Lucas's dialogue because
But that way is way too much. That way is way too Rocky over there, right? That line. The other way he went put him in more danger. It's a metaphor for the whole movie, dude. At the beginning of the movie, he's saying that way is much too Rocky. I'm going this way, and the other way that doesn't have what appears to be the Rocky area puts him in the most danger. It
you are
sets up the
putting
whole movie.
you are putting irony on way too big of a pedestal.
Well, I don't know if he's
Like
putting it on a pedestal. I think he's just illustrating how he used irony in a really intelligent way.
I'm saying, but that does not excuse the
George
the-
Lucas
the
is
whole-
one
the
of the
entity as a
greatest
whole.
writers
it's
of
a
dialogue.
little campy, but it's not bad. What did you say?
You're drunk.
What did
No,
you say?
I'm not.
What'd you say? Why?
George Lucas is one of the best writers of dialogue. He has us talking about lines to this day in his movies.
He definitely gets something right. I'm not going to argue with that.
The whole thing of Star Wars as a formula is, I mean, that's why movies emulate it for the last 40 fucking
'Cause it's
50
perfect.
years.
Well, then let me ask you this though:
The
what is that?
movie's not perfect.
What makes
The
it so
formula
memorable?
is
What do
perfect.
you mean it's not
What-
perfect? Of course it's perfect.
The movie's not perfect.
What do you...
There's no such thing as a perfect movie.
I disagree. Journey to the West.
Oh my!
You
fucking
had to
God.
know
This
he
is-
was going
this
to
is
say
why
that.
I can't
You
have
had
this-
to know he was going to
This
say
is
that.
why I can't actually have this conversation with him
Yes.
or Cam.
You
Why?
are having it.
No, but like seriously though,
Why?
because you just said that was a perfect movie.
It's literally the best movie ever made. Yeah,
Silent.
absolutely.
Listen to me. Look at me. You have to play this game within these boundaries. If you keep trying to call Mitch on every like hyperbole that he uses, you're never going to get anywhere. Like answering my question
that's
about
my
what
thing.
movie you're going to rewrite.
That's my thing though, is and this it goes beyond this conversation, but just in life, people let things come out of their mouths that like they don't know what they're saying when they say it.
Mitch knows what he's saying. When he says Journey to the West is a perfect movie, he knows exactly what he's saying.
But that's a cockamamie statement.
But he's saying it to rile you up.
I don't think. I mean, I don't.
He's
think
saying
it
it to get you going. You gotta
No,
put
I mean-
your head down and just
No.
get to your point.
Wait, no. I do genuinely think that's the best movie ever made. Like, I think that
That's different than saying it's perfect.
I
'Cause the
don't
best
know what
movie-
I would change about it. Like, so I have an entire list on IMDb of about 1,100 movies I've seen, right,
Mhm.
rated
Yeah.
on here, and I've got a couple of 10s, which are perfect movies, right? Here, show you.
How many movies?
This is fucking painful, Mitch.
No,
Watching
it's
you
not.
do this.
We're
Why?
establishing a basis for
Okay, so actually,
his knowledge.
It's about 1500.
Fuck.
So I have Pulp Fiction, which
Mm.
I think is literally a flawless movie. I've got Return of the King, which I think is a flawless movie. Django Unchained, I think that's a flawless movie. Magnolia is a flawless movie, and Journey to the West. Those are the movies I believe are. I wouldn't change anything about them. Like they are absolutely 100% perfect.
That movie Magnolia just showed up on Netflix.
Oh, it's perfect.
I'd never heard of it.
It's
before.
perfect. It's
I've actually never heard of
It's
it.
one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, I put it on my list. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it soon.
So have we picked our movies yet?
Shit. No,
I'm gonna
okay,
need
I
a
do
moment.
know. I do know
And
because
it doesn't have to be just dialogue. Whatever you have to adjust.
No, The Last Jedi broke my heart. I'd rewrite that.
Okay.
I'd have it be about
Yeah.
the.
Oh yeah.
I'd have it be. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was originally supposed to be about the Yuzan Dong. You guys know about the Yuzan Dong?
Mm-mm.
So they come from a different dimension, right? And so this is where the philosophy of Star Wars gets really cool. Is that you think that the Emperor was actually a bad guy. And he was, right? He committed genocide,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
But the reason why he was creating it because he foresaw in the future a more evil force coming to the galaxy, which was the Yuzan Dong.
It's because
So,
those
like-
books are actually deep.
So yeah, no. So like
So this was like a race of very dangerous people that
Oh, look
just
'em
didn't
up.
get
Yeah.
brought up.
They're
Oh, yeah.
terrifying.
I'll look 'em up.
looking.
it's awesome.
They're great.
It's great
they,
writing.
They kind of remind
How do you
me.
spell it?
Why you?
Z-U? Go.
I think it's two U's. Why you?
Zon?
Yeah, it's two U's.
This one?
Yep.
All right then. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they're
Holy
evil
shit.
space elves.
They look like even more scary Klingon.
Well, but do you see that can add to like the moral
Fuck.
ambiguity of Star Wars, and it gives it some real dynamic like drama.
It's orcs. They're fucking orcs. They're space
Yeah.
orcs.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is like you've got these
Wow.
people who you think are entirely evil, which are the Sith, but they're really not. They're actually just trying to protect
Well,
the galaxy from the more evil force.
Yeah, and the whole of the original
What the
extended
fuck?
universe is a lot more morally ambiguous than like the films are, and I think that is one of the things that makes them as engaging as they are. Because I really appreciated a lot of the storylines.
This
from
is great,
the
man.
expanded Universe.
I would have loved to see this.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
right. And so we got
And-
Snoke and whatever the hell.
And
that movie
not
was.
only that, but
Yeah.
the precursor to this is like the Heir to the Empire trilogy,
What's your head,
which
Mitch?
features Grand Admiral Thrawn, which eventually we get like a bastardized Disney version of Thrawn.
Which is Snoke.
No, Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh,
He's
there
in
is- he's actually
he's
in
in Rebels, and I think he's in Clone Wars. I don't know. I've never watched Clone Wars. I couldn't do it.
Thrawn. Take a look.
Yeah, Thrawn.
Sus. I didn't watch all of Rebels.
Yeah, he's a chiss. It's the same race that I played in Alex's.
Oh,
movie thing.
yeah.
The blue-skinned, red-eyed. Yeah.
That looks like somebody that fucking... Who played Spock? The new Spock.
Oh, the new
Zachary
Spock,
Quinto.
Zach Quinto. Yeah.
He could definitely do that. Why is he so good at playing? God, it's not anymore.
My favorite Zachary Quinto role is hands down the first season of American Horror Story.
He had that
perfect.
scene in the dining room was amazing.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I haven't seen any of it.
It's
You've
pretty
never
cool.
seen the first season of American Horror Story?
I didn't watch
No,
it either,
but it's so
but
good.
that scene is really good.
You
the-
gotta realize I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch movies. I don't
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
television
yeah.
shows.
Okay, but here's my thing. You gotta watch Haunting of Hill House.
Why is that?
It's great.
Oh,
It's amazing. It's an amazing series. It's one of the best television series I've seen in a long time.
here's my thing. We're at an hour 3.
We are.
You have a couple minutes to pick your films.
All
that
right,
you would
give me a
rewrite.
moment. We can just
I picked Twilight, so that's kind of
Okay.
out there.
You would redo Twilight.
I would redo
Pick
Twilight.
like
I would cut it down to like 2 movies. 2 movies. That's all you need.
Sure.
You don't need that many movies. I mean,
Okay. So movies I would redo because I think
they don't have to be bad, but
Okay.
they just have to be you wanted to see it differently enough.
The Last Jedi. I
of
would
course,
want to see that.
of course.
The Tale of the Legendary Libido.
Got me with that one. I don't know.
And-
I have no idea.
In Norbit.
Wait, real quick, what would you do differently with Norbit?
What would I do?
What would you
differently
do
with it?
differently with
I made
Norbit?
it a drama.
Wow.
No, because it's a sad movie, bro.
It
Think about
is.
if that actually happened to you. I would totally write it to be a drama. I don't like it as a comedy. It doesn't work. 'Cause
Very.
It's stupid. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's campy as
He's
fuck.
fat. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
No. Make it dramatic.
Wow. So it's more about like his struggle as like trapped in that relationship.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That is actually a good idea.
Yeah. Tale of the Legendary Libido, I would also make more of a drama too.
Sure. The Killing Joke also probably didn't have to be the way it was.
Killing Joke?
Yeah, the Batman animated series movie that they did about like the most famous comic that ever came out. But the beginning of it just didn't need to happen.
Is it more popular than Nightfall though?
I haven't heard of that.
Oh no.
Nightfall?
Is
Like when Bane like breaks
oh
Batman?
well, everybody knows about that. I didn't know the name of that
Oh yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta read Nightfall, dude.
I
Yeah.
do have one big one major movie I would have done different.
Tell me.
And it's the Skyfall and Spectre movie. James Bond
Yeah,
movies.
those both could have used something different.
They ruined all of James Bond by doing it. Like
But Skyfall was so pretty.
it was awesome. It looks good, but here's the problem: who's his dad? Why is his dad's last name Bond?
That's a good point.
That ruins the whole like fan theory about like
All the
like,
Bonds being different
James
people.
Bond being like a code name.
Yeah.
Well, along with 007. Like that's dope.
Yeah, and
know
it kind
what
of
I'm
brings into question Gold. Like, does it? It kind of makes you think about Goldfinger a little bit.
Why?
The 001. Because if Bond is not a code name, then what is the significance of the 00 thing?
007, yeah.
Yeah.
So that sucks. And then what they did in Spectre sucks more because they had like this weird reveal that he's got a brother, and they really didn't hint at it through any of the other three movies. He's like, I've been responsible for all of this evil disaster that's happened to you over Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall, but like you wouldn't have known it unless I told you right now in this monologue in this scene right here.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me.
It doesn't tie back to anything important in the plots
No.
of the other movies.
Stupidest movie
Yeah.
ever.
So if I had more time to think about this question,
Sure.
I would probably give a much different answer.
Feel free to answer me later
The
too.
the one that jumps out of the reason I want to talk about this because I feel like it's going to rile people up. But so here's my thing.
Hit me.
I'm not saying this because there's anything necessarily bad. This is actually a good movie
It could be better.
that I'm gonna talk about here. The Lighthouse. I
have no point of reference. I haven't seen it.
would.
Have you not seen it either, Mitch?
Nope.
You have not seen it. Well, here's my thing. Don't worry.
Without spoiling it.
No, there is no spoilers because here's the thing. I think Robert Eggers made a great movie. I just wouldn't have told that story. So there's
Same characters, different story.
No, different characters. So Robert Eggers' whole like thesis on like the witch and like the concept of the witch is based like deep in like
the
New American folklore,
Okay.
like dating back to like the 17th and 18th century, and that's where he got. And growing up in New England and his background there, blah blah blah. I could go on about this, but I'm going to keep it short. So that's where the witch comes from, right? The lighthouse. The lighthouse has a lot to do with mythology and folklore as well, but there's actually a real life incident that occurred in Scotland in the, I want to say like the early 1900s or late 1800s that I think could have been made into a far more compelling story. Not because the lighthouse isn't compelling, but just because with Robert Eggers' like artistic views and his talent and just his eye for like things like the way that the lighthouse is shot beautifully. I just think that his talents could have been used to service an even bigger story than The Lighthouse was. And I love The Lighthouse. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I like The Witch more, but I thought The Lighthouse was a good movie. I just think I think Robert Eggers is one of the most talented new like directors of the last like 10 years. Like he's going to keep making great films. I would be very surprised if he made bad movies. To me, he has not the same style, but the same artistic integrity of someone like Quentin Tarantino, where it's just like, where's a bad movie?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
where's a
Robert
bad
Eggers
movie?
movie.
I think you're gonna end up in like 5 years looking back at him and be like, oh yeah, you can distinctly tell when it's his movie, like you can with any of the iconic voices in film.
Yeah.
I thought the guy that was gonna be the next big dude was gonna be Damien Chazelle, and I think he's got still some time to prove it.
What did he do?
He did Whiplash and La La Land and First Man.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh,
and I thought First Man was just such a flop. Like he needs to come back and like swing kind of hard with this next one because I really enjoyed Whiplash.
What's he
and La
doing?
La
Let me
Land.
just look it up real quick before we stop. How do you spell his name? Robert Eggers, just how it sounds.
yeah, Eggers. He does have a new movie coming out.
What's it called?
I cannot remember. I just know that he's doing a new movie. I try not to get to like when people start talking
Hey,
about like movies.
my
coming
man
out.
looks like Corey from Pawn Stars.
Porn stars.
Look, hold
you
on.
almost said porn stars,
Pawn-
bro.
Pawn Stars.
Padawan Stars.
Pawn.
Pawn Stars.
He's thinking of
You
porn
don't know how to
stars.
spell pawn.
Pawn Stars? That's how you spell pawn.
Yeah, but you.
Tell me that doesn't just look like him.
I
It's
love that.
wow.
That's my favorite picture of him.
That one right there.
No.
Oh
Alright.
no! This one in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, baby.
That's good. Oh, that's his Wikipedia picture. That's the picture they chose out of all of
His
them.
wife is kind of cute though.
Ew, wow.
Nice.
That's
so
funny.
Corey.
All right. What? Oh, he doesn't have anything like being made right now.
That's his production designer.
Oh, but
Director.
Why is that the first thing that pops up? Northman.
Northman.
The
being cut.
Northman. From
being
acclaimed director
edited.
Robert, epic revenge thriller that explores how far a Viking prince will go to seek justice for his murdered father. So it's Revenant, but Vikings.
What's a revenge story?
Yeah, the
Huh.
Revenant.
Okay, revenge stories are much older than just The Revenant.
I know, but like when you talk about the Revenant, that's what people say. It's just a revenge story. And Leonardo DiCaprio acting without lines.
That's a great revenge story, though.
That's that movie in essence.
But that's a great revenge story.
It is.
And
It's great.
revenge stories are some of the best stories
Revenant,
told throughout history.
Revenant is one of the best one-time only viewing experiences you can have.
I haven't watched it again.
You
No.
don't need to, but it's a great movie to sit there, appreciate, and if you really feel like you need to revisit it again because you just didn't,
I was going to say,
I would do it.
I think every film deserves to be seen at least twice.
No, I don't agree
Because-
with you.
You don't think so?
National Treasure doesn't deserve to be viewed
I've
twice.
seen that movie so many times.
You fucking.
I've seen that movie so many fucking times. I love that movie.
Wait, amend it maybe and say any movie worth seeing is worth seeing twice.
I would watch National Treasure twice. I
Yeah.
have.
Or
Jesus
Ghost
Christ.
Rider. Or Ghost Rider.
Oh my God! And that's where we end the show, everybody.
I've only ever seen the second Ghost Rider. I never
Jesus
saw the first.
Christ! All right. Bye, everyone.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Wow. Bye.